I still remember the day my friend Eleanor, who's 78, confided in me about her growing frustration. She had been ordering bottle after bottle of so-called memory boosters, hoping one of them would bring back the mental clarity she felt slipping away. But after months of trying, her recall was barely improved, yet her wallet was noticeably lighter. It wasn't just the money, though. It was the nagging fear that her independence was on the line if she couldn't rely on her own mind. Like so many older adults, Eleanor believed these supplements were the only solution. Her story isn't unique. In fact, it's become distressingly common among those of us past 65 who worry about forgetting names, missing appointments, or losing that mental sharpness we once took for granted. The real problem is that these memory supplements promise hope in a bottle. They're often sold with glossy ads featuring glowing seniors who claim they've suddenly become mentally unstoppable. But behind the marketing lies a different reality. Many seniors spend hard-earned money on pills and powders that provide little more than a placebo effect, if that. And the stakes are high. When your memory starts to waver, it's not just about forgetting a grocery list. It's about losing parts of your identity. It's about feeling less sure of yourself when making everyday decisions, wondering if that slip and recall is just a natural part of aging or the start of something bigger. For many, the fear of diminished memory is tied directly to losing autonomy, the ability to live confidently on your own terms. Today, I'm going to reveal 6 clear signs that these memory supplements might be a complete waste of money once you're over 65. More important than simply telling you what not to do, I want to show you how avoiding these pitfalls can help you reclaim a sense of control over your mind and your life. By the end of our time together, you'll not only understand why most memory supplements fall short, but you'll also have tangible strategies to strengthen your memory in ways that truly matter. And please stick around for the final point. It's something hardly anyone talks about, yet it may be the biggest game changer of all for preserving your independence. Doctors and specialists are finally recognizing that many of these over-the-counter miracle pills have little scientific backing. They may sound convincing. Who doesn't want a sharper brain? But I've spent years guiding older adults toward real, research-backed methods that keep minds nimble and confidence high. And I'd like to share that knowledge with you now. Before we dive in, I'd love to know what you think as we go along. If at any point you hear something that resonates with you, just drop a quick comment letting me know. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always have access to information that helps you stay empowered, because staying informed is a big part of staying independent. Now, let's take a closer look at the 6 signs that memory supplements are far less helpful than they claim to be, and discover what you can do instead. Let's start with the first sign, one that so many people overlook. The first sign these supplements might not be worth your money is this bold truth. Most of them rely on vague promises about brain health without showing concrete evidence of real, lasting results for seniors. We've been led to believe that popping a pill labeled support cognitive function is enough to maintain a razor-sharp mind. The misconception here is that if a product appears in a health food store or carries the label clinically tested, it must be effective. But the fine print often reveals otherwise. Take Harriet, for example. She's 77 and started to notice forgetfulness creeping into her daily routine. Things like missing the weekly call from her granddaughter or misplacing her reading glasses 5 times a day. She felt pressured to do something about it fast, so she bought a highly advertised supplement claiming to boost memory by 300%. After 3 months, Harriet felt no different. When she looked deeper, she realized the product's research-backed formula was based on a tiny study with only a handful of participants, most of whom weren't even over 65. This is more common than you might think. Marketing language is carefully chosen to sound convincing, yet it's often light on real evidence. The surprising insight? Memory supplements rarely prove their worth under rigorous scientific conditions, especially for older adults dealing with the natural changes that come with aging. A pill that might show a slight improvement in a young adult's test results doesn't always translate to meaningful improvements for a 70-year-old, and that's a crucial distinction. Instead of relying on vague claims, a more effective approach is to focus on activities and habits that have been shown, again and again, to genuinely support brain function. These include simple practices like staying mentally engaged with puzzles or learning new skills, maintaining strong social connections, and ensuring you get enough quality sleep. A practical step you can take right now is to pick one mentally stimulating activity you truly enjoy. Maybe learning a new language on a free phone app, or even taking up painting if that sparks your creativity. When you choose something you love, it stops feeling like homework. You're much more likely to stick with it, and the real benefit is that active mental engagement can help keep your memory sharper than any pills promise. By making this shift away from vague supplement promises and toward proven brain-healthy habits, you may experience a profound emotional benefit: relief. Relief that you're no longer chasing questionable fixes, and reassurance that you're investing your time and energy in methods that genuinely promote independence. That sense of confidence, of knowing you have some control over your cognitive well-being, can transform worry into empowerment, exactly the kind of transformation seniors deserve. Moving on to the second sign, you'll often see aggressive free trial deals that quickly become expensive subscriptions. It starts out as an alluring offer: just pay a small shipping fee, and you get a month's supply of a cutting-edge memory supplement. But before you know it, your credit card is being billed for the next shipment at a much higher price. So many seniors get trapped in this cycle, convinced that maybe the next month's supply will be when they finally notice a difference. The common misconception is that a free trial equals a risk-free test run, but in reality, it's a marketing tactic that preys on hope in the desire for a convenient magic fix. The company banks on you continuing the subscription because they know it's psychologically harder to stop receiving something once you've started. John, who's 68, told me how he fell into this trap. He was worried about forgetting too many details, little things like the name of that restaurant he loved or what he needed at the grocery store. He saw an ad promising a 2-week miracle. Intrigued, he signed up for the trial. 2 weeks came and went, and John noticed no improvement. But then the company automatically shipped him another month's worth, this time charging nearly $80. Canceling wasn't as simple as hitting a button online. John had to navigate phone menus, endure long hold times, and listen to sales reps urging him to give it another month. By the time he canceled, he'd already spent well over $150. The truth is, if a supplement genuinely delivered profound results, it wouldn't need to rope you in with questionable billing practices. And that's where the surprising insight comes into play. Memory improvement is seldom something that happens overnight, and it certainly isn't typically found in a flimsy, free trial pill. Far more reliable is a combination of healthy lifestyle choices, like ensuring proper hydration, spending time in nature to reduce stress, and engaging in social activities that stimulate your brain. One actionable piece of advice here is to look at how you're currently budgeting for health products. If you're routinely buying or subscribing to a memory supplement, consider redirecting some of that money toward more tangible, proven practices. For instance, you might enroll in a local exercise or dance class that challenges both your body and mind. Movement and coordination demand mental focus, and they often do more for cognitive health than any overpriced supplement ever will. Embracing this idea can bring a wonderful emotional benefit, a renewed sense of autonomy. Instead of feeling trapped in a monthly cycle of doubt and expense, you're taking charge, redirecting your resources where they can genuinely help you. You become the driver of your cognitive health, not a passenger on a manipulative free trial ride, and that shift can be incredibly liberating. If you're still watching and finding these insights useful, do me a favor. Comment with the number 2 below to let me know you're here and engaged. And if you haven't already subscribed, now's a great time. Let's keep pushing forward, because the next sign is something most people never even question when they grab a memory supplement bottle off the shelf. The third sign is that many supplements are crammed with supposedly powerful doses of various ingredients. Yet there's no proof they actually work in high amounts for older adults. The label might feature exotic herbs or mega doses of vitamins, but these supplements often skip the critical questions. Are these dosages safe for seniors on prescription medications? Is there any legitimate evidence that more is better? The widespread misconception is, If a little bit is good, a lot must be great. But that's not always true, particularly for older adults whose bodies process and absorb nutrients differently. In fact, taking large doses of certain vitamins and minerals can be counterproductive. You might end up throwing off your body's natural balance or risking side effects that outweigh any tiny cognitive benefit. It's like adding extra salt to a recipe, thinking it'll enhance the flavor. A pinch might be good, but dumping in an entire tablespoon can ruin the dish. Consider Alma, 72, who was worried about her memory lapses. She saw a supplement claiming it had double the dose of a special brain-boosting herbal blend. The label implied more is more. After a month, she found herself feeling jittery and having trouble sleeping. When she mentioned it to her doctor, the doctor told her that certain high-dose stimulants in the supplement might actually interfere with normal cognitive function, especially in someone her age. Alma's experience is a reminder that powerful on a label doesn't always translate to powerful benefits. Sometimes it just means potent side effects. Here's the surprising reality. As you get older, small targeted actions often yield the biggest gains. Instead of megadose pills, focus on steady, consistent habits that promote overall brain health. These could be regular light walks, short sessions of meditation to reduce stress, or 10 minutes of gentle stretches each morning to stimulate blood flow. Each step improves circulation and can enhance mental clarity over time. A practical step you can take right now is to review the vitamins or supplements you already have. Make a list and bring it to your next doctor's appointment or ask a pharmacist for a quick review. Rather than trying to become a one-person lab experiment, lean on professional guidance to find out what's truly necessary for your body and what might be overkill. When you begin to shift away from the more is better mindset, you'll experience a comforting sense of security. No more rolling the dice with random high-dose ingredients that you hope will fix everything. Instead, you're placing your trust in simpler, more proven methods that respect how your body actually works. The reward? A steadier path to preserving memory and a calmer sense of control over your health decisions. After all, independence is about making informed choices, not gambling on the latest cure-all gimmick. The fourth sign is something that often goes unnoticed. Many memory supplements simply ignore underlying nutritional deficiencies that really do affect cognitive function. Think about it. If you're already missing key nutrients from your daily meals, no fancy pill with a label like Brain Max Ultra is going to magically fill that gap. Memory issues can sometimes be tied to a lack of basic vitamins like B12, vitamin D, or even insufficient protein in the diet. But supplement marketers don't like to emphasize that. Why would they, when they can instead promote a unique proprietary blend that sounds much more exciting? The common misconception is that a specialized memory supplement can replace a well-rounded diet. But the truth is, if your body is craving fundamental nutrients, you can swallow all the brain blend capsules you want and still notice minimal benefits. Bob, who's 74, learned this the hard way. He kept forgetting where he put things: his phone, his glasses, even his car keys. Alarmed, Bob purchased multiple memory supplements, certain they'd help. When nothing changed, he visited his doctor. A simple blood test showed he was seriously deficient in vitamin B12. After starting regular B12 shots and incorporating more nutrient-dense foods, his memory lapses decreased substantially. The fancy pills didn't solve Bob's issue. Addressing the actual deficiency did. The surprising insight is that a well-rounded diet often trumps fancy supplements. This doesn't mean you need to eat like a nutritionist or embark on a complex meal plan. Sometimes it's as simple as adding in more colorful vegetables, lean proteins, or fruits that are easy to incorporate into your daily meals. Rather than focusing on exotic-sounding extracts, pay attention to the basics. Are you getting enough protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins? A practical tip is to experiment with adding one additional whole food source to your daily routine. A glass of fortified milk for vitamin D and calcium, for example, or a cup of leafy greens like spinach or kale. You might be surprised by how much better you feel mentally and physically after just a couple of weeks of nutritional consistency. Emotionally recognizing that your memory problems might have a simpler solution can bring a sense of relief and empowerment. You don't need to chase after the next big miracle pill. You gain back control by focusing on essential dietary shifts and verifying your levels of key nutrients through a doctor's guidance. That can help you not only feel better about your memory, but also more confident in your body's ability to heal and maintain itself as you continue living life on your own terms. If you're still with me, I'd love for you to type the number 4 in the comments. It's a simple way for me to see you're finding this content worthwhile. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it now. Your presence here and your feedback truly motivate me to keep sharing these insights. Let's keep going, because the next sign is deeply tied to how we view our own power over our health. The fifth sign that memory supplements may be a waste of money is that they often encourage a passive approach to cognitive health. The marketing typically goes like this: take 1 capsule a day and watch your memory improve. That might sound appealing, especially if you're tired or dealing with multiple health issues, but relying on a pill alone can actually undermine your sense of autonomy. It subtly sends the message that you don't need to do anything proactive. Just pop the supplement and you're all set. The misconception is that battling memory loss can be effortless, but real memory improvement typically requires active participation. From brain-boosting exercises to lifestyle tweaks, it's very much a do with rather than do to process. Carol, 72, believed for years that the supplements she was taking twice a day were all she needed. She'd skip brain-stimulating activities like reading challenging books or trying out new hobbies, convinced the capsules would do the heavy lifting. Over time, she noticed her recall continuing to decline. Only when she started dedicating 15 minutes each morning to an online memory game and replaced mindless TV time with crossword puzzles did she see improvements. That's when she realized the supplements weren't driving her progress. She was. The surprise here is that you likely have more control over your cognitive health than any pill marketer wants you to believe. Even mild lifestyle changes like learning a new skill, gardening, painting, or a foreign language can spark neural growth. These activities challenge your brain to form new connections, a key part of maintaining mental sharpness. So if you feel you've been on the passive path, consider taking one small but active step. Choose a single mental exercise, an app-based puzzle, a logic game, or a free course in something you've always been curious about, and commit to it for at least 10 minutes every day. Over time, this habit can bring a sense of pride and self-reliance. You'll see that you're not at the mercy of your memory. You're an active participant in shaping it. The emotional benefit of this approach is immense. Instead of feeling powerless, waiting for a miracle supplement to magically fix everything, you'll feel the satisfaction of contributing to your own progress. That's how real independence is nurtured, by taking small, consistent actions that reinforce the knowledge that you're in charge of your life. Even when facing the challenges of getting older, that sense of autonomy can be profoundly energizing. Now let's move on to the final sign, which might be the most overlooked of all, and after we explore it, I'll ask you to check in one more time. The sixth and final sign these supplements may not be worth your time or money is that they usually fail to address the deeper health conditions that can directly impact your memory. As we age, various factors can affect our cognitive abilities. Things like heart health, blood pressure, thyroid function, diabetes, or even hearing loss. A pill labeled memory booster isn't going to fix any of these if they're out of control. This is crucial because untreated or poorly managed health conditions can manifest as memory struggles, causing confusion or forgetfulness that has nothing to do with a lack of memory vitamins. It's a common myth that memory alone operates in a vacuum. Far from it, your brain depends on a healthy body. Take Frank, 80, for instance. He noticed more frequent senior moments and panicked, thinking he was on a fast track to serious cognitive decline. In response, he purchased a supplement stack, bottles promising everything from better focus to limitless brain power. Months went by with no real change. Finally, during a routine checkup, his doctor discovered that Frank's blood pressure was much higher than normal, which can restrict blood flow to the brain. Addressing his cardiovascular health by adjusting his medication and introducing light daily exercise made a significant difference in his mental clarity. He even joked that he should have spent the money he blew on pills on a gym membership or a good pair of walking shoes instead. The surprising insight here is that memory issues are often a symptom of something else. Supplements rarely talk about underlying issues because their selling point is that they're a standalone fix. Yet the practical advice is clear. If you're experiencing consistent forgetfulness, consider a comprehensive health checkup. Make sure you're keeping track of important markers like blood pressure, blood sugar levels, thyroid function, and even hearing acuity. Sometimes, simply addressing a hearing problem can lessen the mental strain of constantly trying to catch words in conversation, which in turn can reduce mental fatigue and improve overall clarity. The emotional benefit of addressing the bigger health picture is that it offers real hope for improvement. Instead of feeling stuck and confused about why miracle pills aren't delivering results, you gain a path forward, a path that could offer genuine relief from worry. You might find that dealing with an underlying health condition unlocks a level of mental sharpness you thought was gone forever. And if everything checks out fine, at least you'll have the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're in good shape, and you can explore other proven strategies to maintain your cognitive edge. Since we've reached the end of our 6 signs, I'd love to do one last engagement check-in. If you're still with me, please comment with the number 6. It really means a lot to see who's committed to better understanding how memory supplements can fall short, and who's ready to embrace healthier, more empowering alternatives. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead. It's one of the best ways to stay informed. Now let's wrap up everything we've talked about today and drive home how you can take these insights and apply them to your life right away. Think back for a moment on each of these 6 signs. They all point to one overarching theme. Real memory support doesn't come from a single pill or flashy promise, especially after 65. It's about a holistic approach, staying active mentally, addressing genuine nutritional needs, recognizing and managing underlying health conditions, and making proactive lifestyle choices that keep you confident in your own abilities. These truths matter because when we don't address them, we risk more than just wasting money. We risk our sense of independence, our day-to-day autonomy, and our belief that we can still shape our future in meaningful ways. On the flip side, imagine what life could look like if you integrate these insights starting today. Picture waking up in the morning, feeling mentally clear enough to decide how you'd like to spend your day. Maybe it's tackling a challenging crossword puzzle with your coffee. Maybe it's going for a brisk walk with a friend. Or perhaps it's trying your hand at a new skill that excites you. That sense of choice and control over your life is priceless. Which of these 6 signs resonated with you the most? Maybe you've fallen into the free trial trap before, or perhaps you've been relying on a big dose supplement without considering simpler, more effective steps. Whatever it is, I invite you to pinpoint at least one action you can take in the next 24 hours. It could be scheduling a doctor's appointment to check for deficiencies or health conditions, clearing out your cupboard of questionable supplements, or trying out a new mental exercise routine. Even a small shift can set the stage for bigger changes. I'd love to hear what you plan to do next. Drop a comment below sharing one step you feel inspired to take. Whether it's an adjustment in your diet, a commitment to learning a new skill, or getting a health checkup you've been putting off, your voice matters, and when you share, you not only help yourself but also encourage other viewers to take action too. If you found this video insightful, please click that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share it with anyone you think could benefit. Your support not only helps this channel grow, but also ensures that these valuable insights reach more seniors who might be at risk of wasting their hard-earned money on supplements that won't deliver. Remember, your memory is not a lost cause. Far from it. You have more power than you might realize to influence your cognitive well-being. By focusing on proven strategies and remaining vigilant about where your money goes, you maintain the autonomy you deserve. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you feel equipped and inspired to take the next step in preserving and even enhancing your mental clarity. Until next time, stay curious, stay proactive, and above all, stay confident in your ability to shape your own future. You've got this.